Imagine this, two musical titans, worlds apart in age and style, crossing paths in a single electrifying moment. One, the child prodigy turned genius, composing symphonies before he could shave. The other, a stormy rebel about to redefine music with thunderous passion. What if I told you Mozart and Beethoven actually met, and it might have sparked a revolution in sound? Buckle up. This is the untold story of when Mozart met Beethoven. Hit that like button if you're ready for some classical drama. But did they really meet? Spoiler, yes, and it's juicier than you think. Let's rewind to 1787. Europe is buzzing with Enlightenment vibes. Kings are throwing lavish parties, and in the heart of Vienna, the music capital of the world, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is at the peak of his game. He's 31, married, cranking out operas like The Marriage of Figaro that are blowing minds and ruffling feathers. But across the continent in Bonn, Germany, a 16-year-old phenom named Ludwig van Beethoven is itching to break free. Beethoven wasn't just any kid. He was a piano wizard, already playing for royalty. His dad, a harsh taskmaster, pushed him hard, dreaming he'd be the next Mozart. But Ludwig had bigger plans. He begged for a trip to Vienna to study with the master himself. Picture this, a bumpy 2-week carriage ride, 600 miles of dusty roads, all for a shot at greatness. Beethoven arrives wide-eyed in this glittering city of waltzes and whispers. Mozart, he's the rock star of his era, over 600 works under his belt, from twinkly sonatas to epic requiems. But life's not all glamour. He's drowning in debt, health issues looming. Still, when this scruffy teen from Bonn shows up at his door, Mozart agrees to an audition. Why? Curiosity, generosity, or did he sense the storm coming? Now, the magic moment. Beethoven sits at the harpsichord in Mozart's salon. He plays a piece, maybe one of Mozart's own, or an improv jam. Mozart listens, unimpressed at first. "Play something else," he says. Beethoven dives in again, pouring his soul into the keys. Then, the legend. Mozart steps into the next room and exclaims to his wife, Constanze, "Stanzi, Stanzi, watch out for that boy. One day he will give the world something to talk about." Is this 100% fact? Historians debate. It's based on second-hand accounts from Beethoven's pals. But the vibe? Undeniable. They met, they connected, and Beethoven even hoped to study longer. Tragically, word comes, his mum is dying back home. Beethoven bolts, heartbroken. They never meet again. Mozart dies just 4 years later in 1791, at 35, leaving a void Beethoven would fill and transform. Fast forward, Beethoven returns to Vienna in 1792, now 21, studying with Haydn instead. But Mozart's shadow? It's everywhere. Beethoven's early works echo Mozart's elegance. Think his Piano Sonata No. 8, Pathétique, blending grace with grit. Yet Beethoven evolves, smashing molds with symphonies that roar like revolutions. No more dainty minuets, enter heroic themes, emotional depth that screams romantic era. Did that meeting ignite it? Absolutely. Beethoven idolized Mozart, calling him the greatest composer. He even copied Mozart's scores by hand to learn. Without that spark, would we have the Moonlight Sonata or Eroica? Who knows? But it's a butterfly effect in music history. So when Mozart met Beethoven, it wasn't just a handshake, it was a passing of the torch. From classical poise to romantic fire, their worlds collided, shaping music for centuries. Next time you blast Für Elise or hum Twinkle Twinkle, remember, it all traces back to that Vienna vibe. What do you think? Did Mozart see his successor? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you loved this, subscribe for more composer showdowns, like when Bach beefed with... Well, everyone, smash that bell, share with a music nerd, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out from the Symphony Squad.